They came from all over Florida to see if the Miracle Man could continue his stupefying feats and pull off a victory on the PGA Tour that would have been a byword for redemption. As it turned out, we'll have to wait at least another week for that to happen, as Tiger Woods fell a fraction short in the Valspar Championship in Tampa. Nothing wrong with that, of course. It was, after all, just the 14th round of his comeback. Instead, it was Englishman Paul Casey who indulged in an audacious act of gate-crashing to shoot 65 and set the target on 10 under that earned him his first PGA Tour success for 9 years. American Ryder Cup hero Reed was on course match him, until he bogeyed the 18th as the day drew to its compelling conclusion. Woods finished alongside Reed on 9 under, a contender to the end after holing an incredible 45-feet putt at the 17th. Nothing illustrates the extraordinary impact this Tiger return is having on the sporting world than the fact that television viewing figures in America for the third round were the highest witnessed for a regular PGA Tour event for 12 years. No wonder, for the coverage was mind-boggling. At the 14th hole on Saturday, Woods smashed a drive down the middle with a recorded swing speed of 129 miles per hour. The fastest seen on tour this entire year. How on earth does that happen at the age of 42, after all he's been through, health-wise? Miraculous is not a word any sports writer should use lightly, but how else do you explain it? Millions more sports fans must have tuned in yesterday to see if Tiger could pull off something that would have been deemed impossible. 6 months ago, his first victory on the PGA Tour for 1,680 days, and his 80th in total, stretching back to the Bridgestone Invitational in August 2013. It sums up the horrendous problems he's had with injuries that this was just his 29th start in all that time. Woods certainly began well. A bullet 3-wood off the tee was followed by a fabulous long iron into the heart of the green at the par 5 first. 2 putts later, and he was tied for the lead. That was as good as it got in scoring terms until the 17th. If getting ready for the Masters is the big picture, there was nothing here to counter the view that he's right on track. But the iron shots were mostly finishing too far from the hole, and when he did create chances, he didn't make the putts until the penultimate hole. It gave others the chance to pull ahead, and Justin Rose and Casey seized the opportunity. How eerie it must have been for the pair to be in contention and yet playing in front of relatively small galleries. Rose was in the last group, yet once Tiger was finished and the pairing ahead, practically the entire spectator corps had moved on. Not that it mattered to Rose, given the rich vein of form he has been in over the last few months. Here he was seeking his 4th win in his last 13 starts. Rose picked up 2 shots on his front 9 but couldn't keep it going, as he stalled badly with bogeys at the 12th and 13th. Not so Casey, who hadn't won in America since his sole success at the Houston Open in 2009. Casey has a reputation for faltering on Sundays, so it was certainly a benefit to him that he started a few shots off the lead, and not have to handle the pressure of being a frontrunner. 3 birdies in a row from the 11th saw him hit the front, and now it was a question of whether he could keep out of his own way mentally. He did that all right, with a round featuring a career-low 21 putts for 18 holes. "I'm ecstatic with that round, and particularly with my putting," said the 40-year-old from Surrey. "I've been working hard on that side of the game, waiting for something to happen, and it certainly did today." Masters champion Sergio Garcia is warming up nicely for his defense at Augusta, following a wonderful 65, although golf will certainly take a back seat for the next week, at least. The Spaniard's wife Angela is due to give birth to their first child in her native Texas next Sunday, which just happens to be the state where the WGC Match Play Championship will begin in 9 days. "I'm hoping to play in that event, but obviously everything is a little up in the air at the moment," said the 37-year-old, who finished on 8 under.